So you're using Claude, and that's great. But are you really getting the most efficient use out of your actual session? Because most people just throw prompts at AI, get a response, and treat Claude Code even as a chatbot. And it's really more powerful than that. Like, it might feel like a legit conversation that you're having in the moment, and it is legit for that session. But as it grows, it can become more and more of a detriment to your session and furthering your actual project than you might think, because you will find yourself, as you continue to go through this process of building your project, going and telling Claude over and over again the same rules and concepts that you told it before at the top of your conversation. Maybe even an hour later, it may have that context and it may not. But what if I told you that there's a better way to actually understand what's inside of your context for your given project for the session that you're working in? And no, it's not just about writing better prompts to get a better result. The goal for this video is to help you understand that you have tools that you can use to see what the AI is actually seeing, so that you can talk or have the same language for your project. And that powerful tool is called /context, which is inside of the actual / commands for Claude Code that you can actually use today. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get the most use case out of that / command and to further your project today and going forward. So if you're new around here and you haven't met me before, my name is Joel. This is the Coding Shield, and we spend all of our time obsessing over how to use AI development and AI tools and stuff like that to buy back or redeem more time in our lives so that we can spend it doing the things that we love doing. So if you want more of that and want to know more about that, hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. Let's start with the big, hairy problem in the room. You start a session, you're fired up, you're making some progress. Claude is reading through all your current files or making new files if you haven't created one or created any at all. You hit a snag at one point, you ask it to debug something, and you then keep working after that. Cool, no harm, no foul, at least not yet. Then, maybe an hour later or so, you ask for the same thing at the top of your conversation, and Claude Code literally just blank stares at you for, at least for the proverbial blank stare in its case. It tells you something, but it could be right or it could be wrong. And you don't necessarily have any idea on whether or not it is. Even worse, it confidently gives you a completely wrong file or places the wrong type of code or service that you were trying to build inside of your project in the wrong place. This is what happens, or what can happen, when your context window becomes way too bloated. Because, and I've seen this myself, as you continue to add more context to your context window, the performance of your actual output starts to slide. And that slide is very gradual in nature, and it can go unnoticed if you're not careful. And I've been guilty of this myself. Most users, again, me included, will just push through and hope that everything gets better. More times than not, that never does. Because what usually happens is you will start to see the AI start to make its own decisions on what it should be doing and guessing on what you told it to, or completely disregarding what you told it to do and doing its own thing. But like I said, there is a way to X-ray inside of your context to see what's going on project by project. So that's where the /context command actually comes in. When you run /context in Claude Code inside of your session, what you will see is an instant structured breakdown of everything occupying the AI's current working memory. It's kind of like a dashboard in your terminal for your context, or sort of like an X-ray, so to speak. It shows you exactly what's taking up space and how much space is actually being taken up by that specific thing. And this isn't just for diagnostics either. It's literally going to help you craft what you're going to tell your AI and what you're actually going to place inside of it going forward. Because if you already know that your context window is way too big, what you might want to do is compile it and make it a little bit more concise so that you can take a snapshot of that and then not have too much inside of your context window. That said, that has its own con as well, because you could you could compact all of your context and lose some of the actual nuts and bolts that you really need to have inside of the conversation. So having the ability to look inside of the context window directly for that project has been a game changer for me, at least since I found it out. So as per usual around here, let's go ahead and get a little bit more practical and stop talking about just theory, but see how this actually works in practice. So the first thing that I want to bring your attention to here is that I am in 2 different projects at the moment. And I want to show you that that will have a little bit of a bearing on what will be seen and what's going to be shown to you inside of your breakdown for context. So you can see that I actually ran the /context command here for this project, which is in this case is the Unslop project that I'm working on. So that's a part of another video series, which is basically going through step by step and showing how to make a project that is cohesive in terms of the code that is written and how to make it not a headache in the future. So that's what this project is. The other project that I'm working on, or that I have for /context, is my CRM for insurance agents as well. So again, by the way, if you are an insurance agent and you are looking for a CRM, please feel free to drop that in the comments. But again, this is for the CRM that I'm building for insurance agents. And you can see the difference when I run the /context command again. The context usage here in this particular project is more around messages. So you can see the breakdown of what that looks like over here. So you have your system prompt, your system tools, MCP tools, custom agents, memory files, skills, messages, and then free space. So I have a lot of free space inside of my context window at the moment. You can see that the context window for this project in the session that I'm working in right now for this project is at about 19%. You want to keep that at 0, obviously. Between 0 and about 45%-ish. You can get away with 50 at times, depending on the project that you're working on and the portion or the feature that you're currently working on. But for all intents and purposes, I would say it's a good idea to stay between 0 to 45, obviously, or 1 to 45, because you don't want to go 0. But 1 to 45 in terms of the percentage that your context is being used. And then once you do hit that 45% mark, either close the entire Claude Code session and start a new one, or completely clear it, which is another command that you can use as well. I'm just going to bring that down here so I can show you. So you have clear, which is going to then start a new session with empty context. Previous session stays on disk, resumable with /resume if you want to. But all that said, this again gives you a full breakdown on what's inside of your context for the project that you're working in and how much in terms of percentage is being taken up currently. So again, this is mostly being taken up by messages, which is a good thing, because that means that the context is more so around what you're giving the AI and not necessarily what it's already like trying to put in there. That said, that can come back to bite you. You put too many messages inside of this context window, and then you're trying to double back or come back to a earlier point. And like I said earlier, that might not be available anymore, or at least the context might not be available anymore. From the research that I've seen, the best time or the best output that you're going to get for your code, or anything for that matter, is going to be at the very first start of the context window. And you will also get some good from the end of it, but the middle might not be there. So it's always better to have a fresh start, because it's literally like temporary memory in terms of context in this case. Because if you have too much, have you ever gone to the kitchen and forgot what you went to the kitchen for? It's exactly the same thing for that middle part of the context window. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that's easy to see here. But I'm going to push down a little bit and you can kind of see the available tools. So there's the system prompt and system tools. So we have the MCP tools and all that kind of stuff that I've installed inside of my Claude instance. So that's the other thing that you also want to be aware of. MCP will become a bloat for your context window the more MCP servers you have attached to your actual Claude Code, and specifically to a Claude Code session. This is something I'm ongoing, and this is something that is continually ongoing for me in terms of researching and learning more about this. But in terms of what I know for now, these things here will show up inside of your context, even though you're not necessarily even using them. They will be there. The other things that will be there as well will be your skills, and then obviously anything that you've created or placed inside of your context window. So your own specific skills for the project, and then you have user skills for overall projects and stuff like that. So I have my coding shield stream, which is actually I was testing to see if I could build a full project from a skill, which is an upcoming video, by the way. But we have the Ralph loop, feature flow, so on and so forth, right? These are just skills that I have inside of my local machine for this particular project. You can see I use a lot of convex as well, and then Figma. Your plugins will, I don't know if this is actually showing up inside. 1.1, let's see, 1.1. So my guess also would be that the plugins also contribute to the system tools token usage, which in this case is very minimal, which is good, but something that you want to be aware of. Now, the main practical point that I want to hone in on here is this should help you to understand whether or not you need to push forward with a particular feature in this current session, or if you should completely stop it. And if you feel like you're getting completely hallucinated answers from your AI, is doing things that you necessarily don't want it to do, that is an indication that you will more than likely need to either completely kill the session, or, like I said earlier, use the clear command to actually do or clear the session so that you can start fresh from a brand new context window and then start from there. Again, if you're finding this info helpful and actionable in terms of something that you can take with you right now and do something with, consider hitting that subscribe button. We'd love to have you around this channel and around this community. We are building a thriving, or a growing community, I should say, around folks that want to find ways to bring more time into their lives through AI and AI development and products that you build and all that kind of stuff, and systems and stuff like that. So if that sounds fun and you want to learn more about that type of stuff, consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free. It's really free, and it helps the channel out a lot. So, and if you haven't already, hit that like button, because that is going to tell the algorithm that this video is helpful for other people. Okay, so we can see our context window. We can do something with it. We can kind of control what's going on inside of it. We have an understanding on what tokens are being placed where, and who's being used, or what's being used where, and what features and what projects and all that kind of stuff, right? The final piece inside of your arsenal for making sure that your Claude Code sessions are flawless from the jump is by using a claude.md file or an agents.md file. Inside of this file, what you will want to put inside of it would be your project's tech stack, your coding conventions, behavioral rules, and your brand voice in terms of the writing or copy for the project. Simply by creating this or these files, that one file then helps you take or stop wasting conversation time and tokens, and actually start building real projects and real features for your life and for your business and what you're trying to further inside of this situation. Hopefully by now, I've convinced you enough to actually go and look at /context so that you can understand what's inside of your project. If you are starting Claude Code as a beginner and you haven't coded before, or haven't written a line of code in your life, and you're actually trying to do all of the vibe coding stuff, again, you can, but it's going to be harder if you don't have the fundamentals first. So I would suggest starting with this video over here, because that's going to tell you exactly what you need, or at least what you should have going forward inside of a new project if you've never coded before. But I hope this video has helped you and hopefully has shown you how to put more of a spotlight on your context window and to see exactly what's going on inside of it, so that you don't lose time, momentum, and literally money, while trying to build something for your life, your business, and whatever else you try to do with AI and AI development. But until next time, until next video, y'all be smooth. Blurt out.